Getting wireless power from a Tesla coil is fascinating. But what if you just wanted to take a number 2 coil and you wanted to light it up based on the frequency of your number 1 driving coil right here? Well, that's possible. We do it all the time. We have a number 1 coil, number 2 coil. They're in oscillation together. The frequency in resonance goes down, which means the frequency of this coil must now match the resonance frequency of this coil. That's pretty understandable. What if you just wanted to change it a little bit? Normally you stand them straight up, just like this. But what if I wanted to run it in a bipolar fashion? Could I do that? Well, yes, I can. This right here is a number 2 coil. It is not in the same frequency as this one in oscillation. Therefore, this shouldn't work at all, but it's going to. Here's the reason why. I am simply going to add capacitance to the backside by adding this light bulb. Pretty fascinating thing. You can see it's laying on its side. There's obviously no other coil attached to it. So let's see what it does. My body capacitance, there's no light. This isn't turning on. Now that I plug it in, we're just attached to the number 2 coil. It's wirelessly now working. And it's on its side. Now this is a bipolar Tesla coil to my driving coil, which is a standard straight up coil. It still works. What if I just remove this out of my way? And all I want to do is add a little bit of back capacitance to it. Well, we'll take this wire here. It's attached to this plug right here. This is the whole thing. Simply going to connect it to the other side of this light bulb and see if I can't light it up even brighter. As you can see, it completed it and it lights up brighter. The entire thing. Now, crazier than that, plugged into nothing. It is simply an understanding of what's in there and then how much mass of metal there is. It's making a grounding to it. Now it's pulling the energy through it and flowing it. Now we have energy from a bipolar Tesla coil going into a light. Now, there's a lot more amps when you turn the coil sideways than when you stand it straight up. When you stand your coil straight up, you're getting a lot more voltage. As you turn it sideways, you're getting more amperage. How do I know? Because it'll burn my fingers. I could do this, and right there, it just burnt my finger. Right there. There's more energy going through on this side with the amperage than it was before. It's bringing heat to the system. It's probably a better way of doing it when you really think about it. I want a usable energy coming out of this side. I only get volts when I have it in this direction. But I'm getting amperage when I put it in this direction. Some of this stuff gets confusing. I'm trying to simplify it for you. If you want more, put it on its side. Now, does this coil have to be resonant to this coil? If it was, it would light up light bulbs at a distance with no problem and be wireless. But when you want to use wireless power, you want to be able to pull it out on the backside and equalize that by putting capacitance into it. That's why you would do it this way. You would want a coil that's higher in frequency on this, lower in frequency on the primary driving coil. Therefore, once you add something to the backside of this, it lowers the frequency of the coil. As it does that, it puts it into balance with this. That's why you get the energy at a distance here. Calculating the amount of energy coming out the backside isn't difficult. All you need to do is put capacitors in there until it goes and sets the right amount. Now, can you use earth ground to do this? Yes, you can. Can you use wall ground to do this? Yes, you can. I do it when it's not plugged in so that you can see the understanding of this working correctly. If I plugged it into the wall, most people would say I'm cheating. I'm pulling electrons from the wall. Well, that's not what I'm doing here. And I don't want to confuse the issue. I am simply pulling the energy out of this. It is pulling through here. It's giving me a higher amperage. As it gives me more amperage, the light's brighter. That's all there is to it. Does the ball light up next to it? No. Why? Because this coil is out of balance with this coil. This put it into balance. Now this will not produce a field everywhere. By not producing a field everywhere, but giving me the power out of it, now I have something to work with. This is not going to ruin the energy in the room. It will not become RF hot everywhere in the room, but I will pull energy out of it without a problem. Anyway, pretty interesting concept. All things that come with wireless power. I hope you learned something today. Have yourself a great day. Thank you. The old man Bill. The old man Bill. The old man Bill. The old man Bill. The old man builds is broken in the head. People not seeing reality has put them in the red. Where conscious and spirituality been stricken from the norm and replaced with the ignorance of basic magnetic form. The geometry of God keeps running through his head. That's what makes old man builds broken in the head. The old man builds. The old man builds. Spheres of destiny are spinning in his mind, making him travel back and forth in time, battling the establishment for just a little recognition. Has him forcing the world to understand his premonition. That world will have all the technology in the end, even if it means his life will fail to extend. The old man builds. The old man builds. The old man builds. The old man builds. Fears of destiny are spinning in his mind, making him travel back and forth in time, battling the establishment for just a little recognition. Has him forcing the world to understand his premonition. That world will have all the technology in the end, even if it means his life will fail to extend. The old man builds. The old man builds. The old man builds. The old man builds. Of destiny are spinning in his mind, making him travel back and forth in time, battling the establishment for just a little recognition. Has him forcing the world to understand his premonition. That world will have all the technology in the end, even if it means his life will fail to extend. The old man builds.